We're standing here in front of the building where the board will meet in 20 minutes to decide whether to sell off 1,000 units of Toronto community housing, the mass eviction of tenants. Today we are calling on the board to bring humanity back to Toronto community housing. We are Tenants for Social Housing. We are not for sale. We are not for sale. We are not for sale. We are not for sale.
I'd like to call the meeting to order. We will maximize the value of the housing assets. We will sell the houses on the open market to the highest bidder. It directly affects the lives of the people and the families who live in those units. Selling these costly assets is good business. I hope that was clear enough.
I'm hurt, I'm angry, and I am upset over this.
I've worked in social housing for 25 years. I do it because I love the job. In all my time in housing, I've never come to this board and fought against my own company. But I have to today.
This matter hits close to home for me, as it's my family that's going to be affected. These are the faces that will be affected by your decision. I found a safe place to live in a standalone unit where my family is now thriving. If you decide after hearing all of our pleas that you are going to go ahead in the process of selling our homes, then shame on you. Shame on you. Give my children the chance.
I believe that this report, while it presents a business case for the sale of the scattered homes, it has not looked at the social or economic impacts.
You haven't even looked at the property data now. I'd be surprised if you've even gone to Google Earth and checked out which of these homes are standalone family homes. You cannot deal with this from 20,000 feet above and not understand the physical conditions and the social conditions which govern these properties. That's why you're a housing provider and not simply balancing the books and managing the person.
I would like to thank the group there because those are people they told me 3 days ago. I never heard about that till I found it. I went to the website and then I found that's the home where I live is for sale.
I want to start by saying that I did find out about this meeting through Tenants for Social Housing.
Actually just notified last night actually about this matter.
I too just found out about this a few days ago, not TCHC but from Tenants for Social Housing.
This board and this city are spending hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars to mix communities like Regent Park, and the report which is in front of you suggests demixing by kicking market tenants out and filling their vacancies with people who are on RGI and creating large conglomerations of RGI.
Evicting people and placing them into apartment towers is not the direction that TCHC should be taking in social housing.
Throwing them into different areas as though their lives and the communities that they've built and their families that they've established there don't even matter. You're not talking about people, you're talking about properties and locations. These are people. These are poor people and their lives matter.
Selling these homes is selling part of our lives, our history, and our children's future. We build our lives and lifestyles around these homes. Our employers, healthcare providers, educations are all established in these areas.
My children and I are a success. We are part of a community that is supportive,
caring, and which includes us.
I'm in the dark on this, and I'm terrified of the possibility that I could be suddenly homeless on the street. I'm not a number or a figure. I'm a real live person with no resources at the present time. Please don't convert my life into a figure in some poorly advised budget proposal. What happens to me? What happens?
Even if you say you're going to help people to move, to where? To where? Where do I go?
We're down to 70,000.
Where? This is a huge city. Move to some other galaxy or something. I don't know.
Just like that, and you tell me that's okay, you're going to reimburse you for $50 for the changing your address. It's not about address. Small and large.
It's a lie to say that there is not the money. It's a lie. Just admit it. It's a lie. There is enough money in this city, in this province, in this country to house every single person who is on that waiting list, every single person who is homeless in this city in accessible and affordable and safe housing. There is enough money for that.
You're dealing with an issue of $25 million a year, which is about half the cost of the police contract raised that was just signed by the city of Toronto. You have options in front of you. You must explore this option. The data in front of you today is incomplete, and the strategies are singular as opposed to multiple.
Privatization, the efficiency of the private sector, deregulation to free the hands of free enterprise. These have been articles of faith in politics and economics for the past 30 years. They are also the basis of the report which this board is being called upon to accept. Yet at this very same moment, millions of people around the world, in Japan and Europe, in the United States, across Canada, and elsewhere, are rising up and saying no to these articles of faith, calling themselves United Nations. They recognize that the politics of privatization and deregulation have hijacked their economies, ruined their nations, stolen their jobs, and destroyed their hopes.
As Canadians, we have the right to housing. The United Nations has an international covenant on economic, social, and cultural rights, which our country has ratified. In Article 11, it states that we have the right to an adequate standard of living, including adequate food, clothing, and housing, and to the continuous improvement of living conditions. Selling all of our valuable housing stock instead of building more is violating the rights of people in dire need of access to adequate housing.
This is a Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Pierre and Trudeau wrote, we must now establish the basic principles, the basic values and beliefs which hold us together as Canadians, so that beyond our regional loyalties, there is a way of life and a system of values. System of values. I don't hear too much value. I hear business, business, business.
We are not for sale.
We are not for sale. I've never come to nothing here. Shame. On the tree level of government. We should not be here as poverty people. Vulnerable people. We are stripped. We are naked. We don't want that. We want to stay where we are.
Last board needs to do is to defer the consideration of the report. I can't make a decision on having I cannot sell out another tenant.
Clerk, call a vote on that motion. All those in favor? We have 2 votes. All those against the motion?
Shame!
I'd like to call for a vote on that report. All those in favor? All those opposed? The motion carries.
We will not tolerate this. The tenants movement, locally, nationally, internationally, we will not tolerate this.